Hi, I'm Maria Brown. Welcome back. Well, I know this is going to sound absolutely ridiculous, but I am mourning the loss of my house, my beautiful house. We have a buyer. We have to be out in about 2 months. I have just 2 more months to enjoy this beautiful place. Oh, it's going to be so hard to move. There are just so many memories that we have here. There are certain areas that I walk by, and when I walk by that area, it sparks a memory. If I don't see that, I'm not going to remember that the way that I do every time I walk by there so vividly. I'm going to miss those things. The kids when they were little. Jordan and his friends literally bouncing off the walls, running down the hall. We have this really long hall, and I used to be like, because the kids would bounce off one side and the boys bounce off the other. It was so loud. My son Jordan was only 2 years old when we moved in, and my daughter Lauren was born here. And my daughter just graduated from college and she's working in another state. And this is a big house and it needs a family with kids bouncing off the walls. But I'm really going to miss it. It's just so painful to let go of all of that. You know, our parents were here for so many occasions, for births and baptisms and birthday parties and holidays, and they're all gone now. So, you know, those memories are going to stay here. I mean, I think of my mom in the family room playing with Lauren, with her little Winnie the Pooh figures. They used to love to play that. And when I look in the family room, I remember that. Maybe occasionally that memory is going to pop up, but when I see it, I think of it and I smile, and that's going to go away. The crazy things the kids did. Patrick was like a second son of ours. Jordan and Patrick used to play at the house all the time, and one time they were playing hide and seek. Patrick found this great spot inside of Jordan's closet, way up on the shelf, and when I look up on that shelf, I remember that, and it makes me smile. It makes me so sad that we're going to leave those memories here at the house. I really don't want to move. Oh, we've had 2 dogs that lived here with us. Buster was a chocolate lab, and we brought him back from Europe with us. He and I used to play hide and seek. I would hide and he would come and look for me, and he would always find me. And he's buried out in the backyard. And I hope they don't dig him up one day. And then Brady. Brady throwing his rawhide toy and playing with it, or he used to play with it in the kitchen. He'd throw it up in the air and he'd play catch by himself. When he would come in the back door, he would wait for us, looking underneath the mullion, just waiting for us to let him in. He must have done that 1,000 times, and I just can't believe I never took a picture of it. It just was like an everyday occurrence. But when I walk by that door, I picture it. We still have to spread his ashes. That's going to be so tough. And my cat Tupac. This is the only place he knows. He was 5 months old when we got him, but he's over 12 now. He was already an outdoor cat when we got him, so we tried to keep him in, but there was no way we were able to keep him in. And this is a really quiet neighborhood, and he wanders around the neighborhood, and the neighbors know him. What's he going to do? This is the only place he knows. We've had the best Christmases here. In the living room, we've got a 12-foot ceiling, so we've had some beautiful trees. Okay, there was one here that we bought, a 14-foot tree, and of course we had to cut it down a little so it would fit. Instead of cutting the trunk, David cut the top of the tree so that it would fit. So I had this big tall tree that went all the way up and was like flat across at the top. Who does that? Seeing that 12-foot ceiling, when I walk in there and I look at that space, I think of that 14-foot tree. Every year we have such a great Christmas. We were lucky to have this one last Thanksgiving and this one last Christmas here. There are so many fun things that we've done here. I have these two 30-inch ovens with a giant refrigerator, and they enabled me to be able to have so many wonderful sit-down dinner parties with some really wonderful friends. I had the space to be able to seat 16 or 22 people at a table or two. I really enjoy that. It's going to be different, and I'm really going to miss that. The birthday parties that we've had here, oh, we've had the best, I mean really the best birthday parties, not just for the kids, but for adults as well. They were more than birthday parties, they were events, and I did almost everything and loved doing it. Gosh, people talked about some of these parties for years. When Jordan turned 10, we had a birthday party for Jordan and Patrick, and their birthdays were only 3 days apart. We had this wonderful Harry Potter birthday party. It was so incredible, and the weather cooperated, so we had the whole thing basically outside with 40 children, 40 10-year-olds. It was really over the top. It was so much fun. We had signs at the end of the street pointing to the Hogwarts station, and at the end of the driveway we had a sign that said platform 9 3/4. The invitations were an acceptance letter to Hogwarts, and I had them sealed with wax, and it just was so phenomenal. There were so many fun things. When Lauren turned 10, we had a Hollywood party for her. It was called American Girl Becomes a Star. And when the girls came in, the front hall had big reels of movie film as decorations all over the place, and a big curtain that they had to walk through, and a red carpet that they had to walk on to get their picture taken. Parties were just so much fun. A few years ago, I had a birthday party for my husband David, and we had 90 people at the house. 90! It was just so great. I did almost everything. I did hire some help, people to serve the day of the party. We only used really 3 areas. The servers were in the kitchen, so we didn't even use the kitchen. We just used the great room, which is the living room, dining room. We used the outside deck, and we used the screen porch. I had the bartender set up in the family room. There's a slider that opens to the screen porch, and that whole wall was set up as like the bar back. Wine and beer and all kinds of alcohol for mixed drinks. And I took the table out and put it out on the deck, and I put these high top tables in there. So much fun. People would just go up to the bartender to get their drink, but the bartender wasn't taking up any space in that room because he was in the family room, and we were able to get 90 people just within these 3 areas. Can you imagine what a great flow this house has? It's really incredible. We moved the piano in the corner, and we had some students from Berklee School of Music playing live jazz music throughout the party. It was just so much fun. We spent so much time designing this house. We worked with an architect. He came a couple different times throughout the day to see where the sun would rise, see where the sun would set, and he designed the house to nestle into this particular lot. We really took our time to figure out exactly what we wanted in this house. We lived overseas, and we brought back this giant antique dining room table that at its smallest, it will seat 10 people. But it has 3 more leaves, so you can open it up to seat 16 people. You can't have like a giant dining room for this one table. So we ended up having this great room, which is a combination of the living room, dining room. And we've used it so many times. I can't even tell you how many. Most of the time, the dining room table is set up one way, but when we want to use all the leaves, we turn the table the long way. That table is amazing. It's going to be hard to fit it someplace else. It's over 200 years old, and I have 12 beautiful chairs to go with it. I love to just open up that table and have everyone here. If it's upsetting now, can you imagine what it's going to be like when they come and take out the last piece of furniture out of the house? I'm really going to miss it here. I'm just going to go around and videotape the house. It's really just so I can remember it better. I'm going to try to videotape those little spots. Feel free to take a peek at the video if you want. If you have your own experience with mourning the loss of your own house, why don't you write about it and we can commiserate together? Oh, it's great. I'm dreading it. It's going to be so tough. Okay, anyhow, thanks for listening. Until next time, I'm Maria Brown. We've hardly gotten any rain at all, but here it is pouring out all of a sudden. So I just want to take a quick outside view, and then we're going to go inside. We're going to come up to Tupac on his little stoop. So as we walk in the front door, I have these beautiful French doors that open up so wide, and we've never had a problem getting any furniture in, including the piano. So then as we come in the front door, I wish it were sunnier out, we come into the front hallway. Look at these paintings. Jordan and I were driving down the street one day and somebody threw these out of a car, and we went and picked them up and had them framed. It has these transoms over each of these hallways, and this is where I would always hang the Christmas cards, all the way up and across and down on both sides. And I would do the same over here and the same over here. If we walk in the front door and we just walk straight in, we walk into the living room, dining room. This is a 42-foot room. My wall of paintings, portrait of the children. Most of this furniture we brought back from Europe with us. This is the kitchen living wing, double door closets. This kitchen has been a dream kitchen. We've had parties just in this room. I designed this kitchen myself. I took some courses at Mass School of Art in Boston, and this is my design. Look at all of these cabinets. The wood is natural cherry. So here I've got two 30-inch ovens, and here I've got a beautiful cooktop. It has a downdraft behind it. This has been phenomenal. We've got this 48-inch refrigerator freezer. It's really the best. It's huge. Look at all that storage. And it's been so phenomenal. I love this sink so much. It's the Kohler Prolific. We use these racks all the time, and I've used this so many times for cleaning clams and mussels and all that. If you take everything out, you can fit the biggest pan in here. So here's the island and the microwave. Take a look at this breakfast bar over here. You can actually get 6 chairs around it. Just imagine the parties we've had around this counter. And I do have 3 more bar stools downstairs that we brought up. I just love the layout of this kitchen. I used every single spot. So you can see over here, the dead space. There are drawers on this side. We lived in Europe. The Germans recycle like crazy. And so we built this pull-out recycling center. This kitchen has 38 cabinet doors and 26 drawers. I've got a pantry over here. I have 2 drawers that are just oven mitts. I love this. I asked the guys to just make random 2, 3, and 4-inch spaces, and that every single tray and all my bakeware is up here, and there's always been a spot for everything. This right here is like a separate piece of furniture. It's so beautiful, and the guys designed it. These closed curved edges, and they have shelves inside. So here from the kitchen, that goes back into the front hallway. This goes into the dining room. There's a door in the dining room that goes out to the deck. There's another door right here on the corner of the kitchen that goes out to the deck, and we use this all the time. The grill is out there. This door right here, our dog Brady, his head was right at that level, and he'd poke his eyes right under this mullion looking at us saying, "Let me in." I wish I had taken pictures of it. Just look at this beautiful screened porch. This table seats 10 people, and I can actually get 2 of them in here. And it has that beautiful window, and it's so extremely peaceful. I'm really going to miss this room. This is a view from outside and walking in. It's so pretty. Is the deck, and when we're outside on the deck, there's a deer in the woods over there. Oh, it's so pretty. Here's one of the views from the deck. So we had that stone wall put in to the studio apartment over the garage. And look how beautiful it is here. It's peaceful and gorgeous. This is the yard. We used to own all of that. Used to be all woods over there with weird animals coming out. I'm happier to have the neighbor next door. And this is a back view of the house. And we're back to the deck. We've got this great grill. It's connected to natural gas, and we grill, gosh, almost every day. And here's the deck. I just love the way the sun peeks through the trees this time of day. I bought that plant at Stop and Shop, I don't know how many years ago. They were throwing it out, so they sold it to me for $1. Look at my gorgeous hydrangeas. I'm going to miss those as well. Right off of the kitchen is the entranceway from the garage. This is the mudroom. And straight ahead is the family room. This is where the kids used to spend so much time. This is where Mom and Lauren used to play. Inside those cabinets were all the kids' toys. So the room might have been a big mess, but then we'd tuck everything inside of there. It was brilliant. Here's a slider that goes out to the screen porch. This is also where we had that bartender. This whole area over at this wall was set up for all of his bar back stuff. He was inside while the party went on outside in the screen porch. As we walk in from the garage, this is the mudroom. It goes to the kitchen on one side, and it goes to the family room on the other side. And straight ahead is a big closet where all the kids' coats went, and then there's a half bath down there as well. Here we've got our half bath. I love this little print, the little painter. We have this great closet. We've got the shelving in here, and I've always loved this little kid-size coat rack so the kids can learn to hang up their own coats. Turning to the right goes to the kitchen. There's Brady's door, and turning to the left, it goes to the screen porch. This used to be where we had the dogs' beds. Buster used to sleep here on a dog bed. It fit perfectly. And then Brady slept here on a dog bed. After the dogs, we just moved the cat stuff over here. This just goes right back into the kitchen. This bookcase used to be Marilyn and Bernie's. It's just 1 inch shy of 8 feet tall. So you see how tall the ceilings are. And when we turn to the left, as we walk into the dining room from the kitchen, here's a view of the great room from the kitchen side. I'm in the living room, dining room. Here's a view of the patio out the window. I'm going to miss this room so much. It's been so great. We've had so many great parties and dinners in this room. I'm going to miss this kitchen so much. I love cooking in this kitchen, and I love that there's a spot for everything. Oh, and take a look. These windows mimic the windows in the bedroom. This is the spot that I look at Brady used to stand right there waiting for me to call him into the hallway. There's a view out the kitchen window of the garage, detached, with an apartment above. We built that for in-laws. There's the basketball hoop. This Japanese maple doesn't look red right now, but that was a gift from Mom. And behind it is a river birch, and that was a gift from Marilyn. This room right here was originally Jordan's little jungle room. Then we converted it to Lauren's room. She took her bed with her to school, so this is all we had left to put in here, this old day bed that at one point was Jordan's when he was little. This is quite a large kids' room. So this is one of the kids' rooms. Let's take a look in this closet. Because we have high ceilings, it goes way up there. Before I put these shelves in, this is where Patrick was hiding, way up here on this shelf. He was pretty creative. And somehow he climbed all the way up there. This is the kids' bathroom, right next to the bedrooms. The color looks off just because of the lighting. You can put Nessie down really low. It's just perfect because they can learn how to take a shower without being afraid of that big shower up there. And this is one of the features that I really like. I wanted a safety step for the children, so our cabinet makers built this safety step for them. It's so sturdy. There's no way they're gonna tip over on that. And then when they're too old for it, it just slides inside. This is the other kid's bedroom. This bedroom originally was Lauren's, and we had the crib set up over here. This was some artwork that Jordan did. That was a self-portrait when he was about 14. Kids' room number 1. Kids' room number 2. And the kids' bathroom right there. Here's the laundry room. Zilda just left, so there's some laundry in here. We had Al Stokes build the cabinets for us, and Tom Manor gave us this custom stainless steel sink. Next to the laundry room, we go into the master suite. Here is the master closet. It's such a great closet. So much room. And then here is the bedroom. It's been so peaceful. Just look at these gorgeous windows. They're the same windows. They echo the windows in the kitchen. I just love this morning view with the sun out the windows, bouncing off the walls, with the play on light. I love waking up to this view. I'm going to miss that. Here's the other view of the bedroom. Here's the master bath. Double sink. Oh, one more thing I want to remember is the cat, Tupac, jumps up on the tub and then up on the counter. This little cup is water for the cat. I usually put it over here. He likes to jump up and drink the dripping water. It's so funny. A jetted tub, separate toilet and shower with a pocket door. and built-in cabinetry. I love this. I even have electric inside of there. All my makeup in there, and our bathrobes, and everything's organized. Spot for everything. I'm really gonna miss this house. Going from the bedroom towards the front, this is where I have a video of Brady. I'll throw that in there. Good boy. That's Tupac's outdoor stoop. It's winter, so I brought it in. When the kids were little, this used to be the au pair's room. It's a good size room. And we had a little desk built right into that corner for them. And they could come right outside, right onto the patio. And they had their own private bath. Here's the au pair's bathroom. Here's the shower we brought back from Germany with us. We were renting a house in Königstein, and it had one full bathroom and one other big bathroom, but it only had a toilet and a bidet. So we took the bidet out and we put in this shower. And then when we left, we had to put the bidet back in. So we ended up paying a few $1,000s for the shower. So we brought it back with us and used it here. All right, listen when I turn this fan on, how loud it is. That was my mom's idea. She said she just loves to have internal noise. Next to the nanny's room is my office. At one point, this was Jordan's bedroom. This was the staple room. He stapled so many posters onto the walls that when we got it painted, I felt so bad for the painter who had to take all of the staples out. That was tough. Okay, that paint out there is not yellow. It's just the lighting. It's actually a lighter version of what the paint is in here. From the office, that's the door to the nanny's room. That's the back patio in the backyard. And here are the stairs that go up to the main floor. As we walk into the bonus room, this is our workout area. This has been great during all that crazy COVID stuff, especially in the beginning. We brought the bike down and slide the television over and put it in this corner and put the Peloton app on, and it was phenomenal. Of course, the Peloton app, it has all kinds of workout videos on it. So this is the workout area. That's my office straight ahead. And then as we walk over here, this is David's office. He's got those big windows right there, nice and bright. And then we come into the entertainment area. This is where the kids spent an awful lot of time when they were young. Didn't look quite like this when they were here with their friends, but as adult children, they've really enjoyed it as well. This is the TV area and the bar area. And if we look at it from the other angle, coming in the other door, from this angle, you can see just about everything. Boy, there have been a lot of fun parties down here for the kids. As we leave this room, and go through this door, we come into the unfinished part of the basement. This is just storage. David made this little workshop years ago, and I have to tell you, I've used a lot of these tools myself. I'm a bit of a handyman. And he also built all the shelves there and there. This is still the unfinished area. This is our food storage. Look at that. What am I going to do with this wagon? This was Jordan's when he was tiny. I really don't want to give that away. I'm going to find a place to save it for his kids. And just general storage here. And then we go upstairs. We are walking into the studio apartment. It's perfect for in-laws and guests, and even renting it out, Airbnb or a regular rental. When you first walk in, here's the kitchen on the right. It's got custom cherry cabinetry. Natural cherry goes pretty much all the way up to the ceiling, staggered because the ceiling is slanted there. And there's an awful lot of storage in here. There's a full-size oven and a deep sink over here and a good size apartment refrigerator. We come to the bathroom, and here we've got some built-ins, and behind here is a giant 5-foot shower. This is where the water heater is, and you can see all that storage, and it twists all the way around the back. Here's a little nook. Here's the bed. And the closet. When you open the closet up, that door is access to additional storage behind there. Then we've got this big double door out to a second deck. It's very private and beautiful out here, very peaceful. And on this side over here, there are additional built-ins